Welcome back, everyone. We saw some beautiful images beside the sun of some large objects going by, some rare captures. Obviously, it's not something that occurs every day. We're going to see a lot of other objects at the same time again on October. On the 17th, we'll go see exactly the other objects that were crossing paths and whatnot. We'll see that in this video. Then, seriously, yep, we're going to the moon. We're going to look at some moving lights. Again, we're going to look at some more UFO sightings under the hazes. That is the sun. On the left is the object. One of two, actually. I thought it was just one I had caught. No, it's two beside the sun in different occasions. This one, amazing capture. Check it out here in with a green night vision filter. You will see the object large enough beside the sun. And when I say beside, it could still be very far away, but it was seen. An object flying by the moon at high velocity, high speed. When we see them ignite is because they are. It confirms they are close to the sun, and it's the substances on each of these asteroids, meteors, or whatever they are, ice, metal, rock, is what's flying out there, and UFOs. But the substance transforms into a gas, and it can be seen igniting. Watch here the light projecting, the gas, whatever, emitting from the object, a large object. Here are other objects that same exact moment. This happened quickly. It happened at the same time. There were lots of objects. I thought I saw them coming from the center of the sun, except for that big one that came from the left of the sun. Could it be possible for a large object to explode like a neutron star, which actually did the same week, guys? If you all remember, those who followed me way back, this happened at the same time of a massive CME, coronal mass ejection. Coronal mass ejection was incredible. I think it was the biggest, I know it was the biggest, that any astronomer had ever seen. Could two neutron stars colliding like they did, which is two massive blue stars, imploded on themselves when they exploded, could it send other objects flying into the solar system, which, by the way, don't forget, there were already some hiding. They just didn't mention it. Could it unregulate the entire universe, or at least our solar system, and send a whole slew of objects, big and small, in the solar system? And that's exactly what happened at the end of 2017. Right, let's head to the moon. What do you think of the surface? It takes, you can't see large areas of the surface, but I'm telling you, you could definitely see some clear areas and signs. And by the way, that light in the center was probably a UFO. Why? Because I see them flying around. They are on the surface. Very easy to hide themselves. It's a light, right? And let's talk a bit about the structuring, which is very important. It's my belief that this is what is on the moon. They're hiding. The structures have the same reflectivity as the surface. They're surrounded by objects that pass off as shadows, which you actually have a dark material on the moon. You have a bright reflective material on the moon. They're higher up. Like, for example, the white objects seem to be higher than the dark. So theoretically, could somebody in the shadows build dark structures? It's not very hard. It's effective. It's inexpensive. All they have to do is build in the darkness. I don't think it would be encouraging to live there, but how about working there? I think it would be very, very easy to hide the surface. Add a haze, a dust, possible cloud covering over the top of the moon, massive brightness. We get all this flashing, refraction, and everything. So it's very hard to see the surface. And if you don't slow things down, near impossible to see it. But here, with the exposure taken down, take a look at that. You see each of the objects, which you can see they all blend together. It's a real image. It's not, I assure you, something that I faked or trafficked. This isn't a 3D program like many often said that I was using, which is nothing wrong using it, by the way. But either way, I'm still not using it. Straight up surface, just a green filter. This is an inverted image. We'll probably, near the end, also see some negative images, which I also use. Now there's a beautiful square in the center of a crater, which is Eratosthenes crater. If you want to see a better image of it, go check out Ace of Space's channel. He has it on his cover image. Check it out. Can't get any closer than that. Well, for now anyways. Of course you probably can, but I can't. I think it's pretty cool that we could see the surface like that. That's right at the end of the Apennine Mountains, Eratosthenes crater. What do you think of the surface? UFOs top right in the image, negative shot of Sinus Iridum dead center, bottom and left and right near Copernicus crater, lines in the center off of Mare Serenitatis, a crater top left that looks fake. It's incredible, and it's over and over. It's repetitive all over the surface, and even in some of these images you can see some of the dark images. Right, let's head over to see two UFOs in different areas. An unidentified flying object on the moon. I always like capturing them going in and out of the clouds or dusts or hazes, which, proving to us that it's really in the image. It's really not an image, by the way, it's a video, and it's really on the moon. Here's in Mare Serenitatis. Bottom left, you'll see, I call it the black worm, but in reality, it's elongated, sort of, but it could be a dust trail, whatever it may be, unknown object. Whether it be on the surface or flying, I'm not sure, but there it is, bottom left. Hard to see, but that's what it is. No tampering. This is important, guys. It should be on the news. Here's a UFO lifting off. The light's still on the surface because there's another one getting ready to take off. The light at medium. Right over to the center, they're almost at maximum power as for the light, okay? And it's taking off, still a light on the surface, but look at this one that is black and only a light underneath it. Do you understand how near impossible to see these objects? And when you see, again, looking for proof, right? Two things you're going to see here. It's pretty incredible. This is an object arriving, two UFOs arriving to the east side of the moon. You're going to see an illumination in the sky, even showing us mountains that obviously no one has ever seen, and on the dark side. Look in the back and you'll see, I'll show you in slow motion properly an intensity of the light. But before that, I want to show you the other UFO over to the left, which will again also illuminate the sky. But then I'm going to show you where they're coming from, where I could almost say that they're coming from the surface. You're going to see a black shadow, dark shadow, lift up off the surface. This is hard to see, but I was able to capture it for you. Watch this. Okay, first of all, yeah, that was the light. Did you see that? The intensity of light glare up. Watch them on the left. There it just lifted up like a finger or arm that lifted up in the darkness, and now a light is coming to the surface. It's going to descend under the haze dusts on the moon. Two of them did it, and here's that arm in replay that you could see lifting up off the surface. Again, it's a shadow, that's all we see, but the light is there. Let's talk theory. If UFOs are lifting up off the surface like that, are you surprised that these videos don't get the millions of views, and I'm not being vain. Obviously, I'm sure each and every one of you, I'm still surprised myself when I see these videos. And you know, watch this. This is a UFO on the surface that is going to, you see the projectiles that came outside of the circus? Circus, yes. It sure is a freak circus down there. Sorry, back it up. Out of the circle, 2 projectiles and 2 different frames of illumination. Aliens on the moon. Aliens on, no, actually, aliens dining on the moon. They're dining on the moon. And they're mining.
This is Houston. Say again, please.